And we're live. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to Asafa Powell for being the first one here this morning. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra, special, big up, shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay at home moms and pops. Shout out to the retirees. Shout out to the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town, long distance truck drivers. Shout out to, hold on there. Somebody said, SouFLo, how come you not shout out the over the road drivers? That's long distance truck drivers. I do it every morning, fam. Shout out to the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town, long distance truck drivers. Shout out to the bus driver, all the drivers. Shout out to all the people going out to work this morning, regardless of whatever your profession is. If y'all go out to go sweep road, if y'all go out to go drive truck, go shovel manure, whatever it is you're doing to earn your honest bread, shout out to you, right? Here we are this morning. Shout out to every single clean-hearted, good-hearted person who wants good for others. That part, as much as you want good for yourself. Yes, you don't want more for yourself and less for others. You don't wish people good in front of their face and then behind their back, you're like, I hope it really don't work. I hope it really not succeed at that. God no, I hope it fail. But when you see them, you say, yo, I hope everything going good for you, and I wish you all the best. Enough people do that. So shout out to you if you're not one of those kind of people. And believe me when I tell you, enough people do that, right? All right, big up to all of you tuning in this morning. It's Monday morning. I apologize for Friday. I wasn't here, so we couldn't say it's the freaking weekend, baby. But we put up my little vlog video yesterday. Um, you know, just catching up on memories because we have to document these times. Time's flying by. Time is flying, believe it or not. You might think time's not flying, but you look up from now and tomorrow you're like a whole decade older and you're like, where did the time go? You know what I'm saying? So time is flying by and we're documenting things as things happen. That video I put up yesterday was just basically, like I said in the beginning, something more for my family than anything else. So I can go back and look years from now and see my video them and say, whoa, look at Lil Coast here, look at Milan here, look at Kaya, look at me. Them kind of something there. So that's where we at. Anyways, here we are on this beautiful Monday morning. I'm up, I'm feeling good. I have a lot to give thanks for. I get up healthy and strong this morning, and I'm not in anybody's hospital and nobody is planning my funeral. That means I have to give thanks. Not true? All right. Now, I'm going to big up some people still. But before we big up some people this morning, we got a couple of things on the board. Asafa Powell, our superstar athlete, Asafa Powell, before there was Usain Bolt, there was Asafa. All right. Asafa just hit the big 4-0, so the 40 club, and he has called it, I won't say call it quits. He's retiring, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about Asafa, give him his flowers for his greatness that he has contributed, and then we'll move on to the next one. There's a story here that will follow that now about a man that beat his woman with a hammer, and killed her, and that was his wifey. So we're going to talk about the dynamics of relationships and all that other stuff. Each topic comes with an extended piece of conversation behind it. So that's where we're at with that. And then the dancehall artist that is a convicted rapist will soon be free from prison. He's been gone for a long time. Maybe the old school dancehall people them might remember this artist, but he was sent away for a long time. And it's funny because, so the other day, I was like, one to the youth there, and I'm saying one to the youth there where I couldn't remember a name, but I knew there was an artist out there that sounded just like Tiger or kind of took Tiger style. Tiger in the places, a bam bam. Yeah. No one got God, no one got belly. Them kind of sitting there. And I remember him from that, like sounding like Tiger, but didn't get the kind of bust that Tiger got, even though he was out there doing his thing still. Zebra or Zebra. They're firing too long. Zebras. Yeah, Zebra. Zebra is, his father says he's about to come home from prison. And we're going to talk about what Zebra did. Does he deserve acceptance back into the community and forgiveness and all these things, or was the sentence too short, so on and so forth, right? Shenseea, we did talk about Shenseea last week. You know, Shenseea bought her 250,000 US dollar car, the Lamborghini Urus, and our people are so funny. Here, one person in the comment section after something about the Lamborghini. Oh, that's just a basic Lamborghini or something. That's just a basic Lamborghini, nothing to show off about or whatever. So I asked the person, but of course I didn't get a reply. I said, which one do you own? Because them have the Lamborghini Urus and they have other versions of the Lamborghini. So since you are set that the girl $250,000 car where she worked so hard for and she rewarded herself is just a basic something that I nothing for a show off about or whatever. All right, which one do you own? Open a bank account for me real quick. Let me see if 250,000 is just sitting there that you can actually just dash up on a car and not miss your bills. We always do that. Don't downplay other people's greatness. You know what I'm saying? You didn't work for what them work for, therefore you don't have what they have. And it's that simple. You didn't work for what they worked for or put in the sweat that they did into their craft. So when you see people flourishing, it's okay to just throw some flowers in their direction. Big up yourself, Shenseea. Yeah, go on with things. Boy, the car look nice still, me not like. It look nice because me not have one, and I like them. Who doesn't? You know what I'm saying? So, but you only hear people talk stuff like, me wouldn't even buy that. Not even if me did have $100 million, me wouldn't buy that the car that spent 250,000 on a car. That's so stupid. That's poor people talking rich people problems, my friend. Every time poor people start to talk rich people problems, the conversation always sounds warped. Why? Because you're not rich, so you don't understand how rich people live. You might have a little bit of money, but you're not rich. You understand? When you're able to pull up 250 cash, I want that car. I don't want no monthly payments. You're doing good. You're in the rich class. You see, that's not no little man money and a poor people money that. But I find some people, they find it very hard to give a compliment. They find it very hard to just give people them accolades. Yeah, man, I see you coming at the thing and John, me not lie. Didn't like you at first, but I seen how you put in the work and how you've grown over the years and to see where you're at now. It's just a joy just to see the development and the progress. You know, big up yourself. No, them can't say that. When them open them mouth, some people say bad man, when them open them mouth for give accolades, them choke. Yo, one more big up yourself. Them can't say it. They have to say bad things. Them just geared that way. You know, don't be one of those kind of people. Wish good for others as much as you wish good for yourself is a real thing. And guess what? If them make it before you and you never get it, but they did, you always wish them good. So continue to wish them good. Don't bother do like Lady Saw. I've always supported her, Lord. And I've always been good to her, Lord. I've always been there for her, Jesus. Now you be there for her, Lord. Yeah, one of them one day. I've always been there for him, Lord. From when he did have 2 subscribers, Lord. And I've always been there. Easy yourself, man. Just wish good for others because it shows. It shows when you don't. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's just karma. And you have to sow good seeds. Start to train your mind to be somebody good. It takes work. It takes work because it's much easier to be some cynical kind of person. So what? Oh, I'm not even listen to fair thing anyway. I'm not pay them people that don't mind. Them people that, you know, we not pay them people that don't mind. Not even care about what them do and all that. Hi, man. You see it like everybody else, man. Don't be that person. Nice one. Boy, sense can't talk good. Why y'all choke? Your heart dirty, man. That's why. Point blank, period. And of course, we're going to talk about Zebra. So whichever one of these we start off with is the where we start off. Let me scroll back to the top and big up some people this morning. I can say good things without choking. Answering all the big up. Big up yourself. Asafa Odetta, big up yourself and thank you for being here. The first one in this morning. Faye Van Real is in the building. Brahma, right, my sister, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Angel of Mine is in the building. Stacy and Williams, Kai Tai Jai, Empress there. Ricky Reed is here this morning. Kerry and Jones is here. Soldier 819. Yo, me I feel laugh, you know, me I feel laugh because people really do choke when it's time to give accolades, when it's time to apologize, when it's time to accept that I'm wrong, when it's time to, you know, and anything that is, I don't know, is good, them can't do it. And they really do choke. Yeah, SouFlo, big up yourself, long time, I not see you up on YouTube. But anyway, go on with the thing, man. It's a I hear you're doing really them professor SouFlo, you know, so and so come on YouTube after you and them a do way better than you, you know, my G. Them a get more views and likes and thing, you know. You have to go up the thing, you know, and me tell you say, yeah, if it in order for it to grow and all right, man, you have to say all that. You could have just said big up yourself, SouFlo, and what you were trying to say before. Yeah, go on, go. Yeah, go on, go. Aye. Soldier 819, Chama D Star, Prelis 123, Marcia McGann Lopez, Rosalind Michael, Wayne Nathan, Sharon Spence, Virtuous Fire, Jane Ander, Audrey Wright, Present Teacher, Marilyn Grant, Nikki B, BM, Lesser Steph is in the building this morning. Maxine Good as Gold there, King Biggs, morning fam. Karen Notice says good morning, SouFlo and family, and everyone that's tuning in. Enough blessings to all and up. Yes, man. Main one is here. Bro Shaka, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Pedro Boogs is in the building. Darlene Walter Riley is here as well. Banches is here this morning. Main one there. Kaz Robinson, Roxy 21, Janet Stewart, Sharon Ingram. If I didn't say your name, you already know. It's manners and respect. All right, we're gonna go right into the show this morning and keep it moving. Here we are. So let's start out with the good things first. What you say? Let's give Asafa his flowers and then we move forward. Yes, Carl. All right. Let's start out with the good things. Let's give Asafa his flowers this morning. So before there was Usain Bolt, there was Asafa Powell. You know, the woman them used to go crazy over us. Oh, I'm on good body, Asafa. And them not even used to care if Asafa could have run. Oh, you're on good body, Asafa. Over the years, those of us who, I used to run track and field, so I was very invested in track and field, even now. So as Asafa Odetta, not Asafa Odetta, Asafa Powell was the person before Usain. But the thing with Asafa for me over the years was, I'm flowers will come for gaming, but may I talk like a bit. The thing with me for Asafa over the years, we always say it. We always say, yo, Asafa always fast on all the regular race them. But when it comes to the big stage, you know, he is like the lights come on and then something happens and I don't know. And I remember you putting it in context by saying something like, you could be fast on the track, like run at your school or don't quote me on so and so himself, but along these lines, you could be on fast anywhere. You know, you're training on the training field, you're run a school back, you're on the local track field running. You can be fast there, but it's a whole different feeling when you step inside of a stadium and the stadium packed, and when everybody clap at once, that make your whole heartbeat, everything inside of you start bubble up, just the vibration of it. So to be able to quiet down that noise, you know, you remember, let's see, Usain always go like this, and then go so, and then him do him thing. All right, that's what he was doing. That's all sports psychology. He needed the audience to quiet down. You know, Master Sam can carry himself in another place there and become that beast now, transforming into something else. Because you can't just run as yourself. You have to put on your alter ego and run. See, and I didn't think Asafa was able to find that a lot of the times. However, Asafa has a long career and a very highly decorated career, and he's held to a prestigious level, which is all deserved. So one of my favorite athletes over all time, next to people like Merlin Ati, I would put Usain Bolt. Of course, Asafa Powell is up there as well in high regards, right? So one of the most enduring sprinters of all time, Asafa Powell, shout out to the Observer, has retired from track and field after nearly 2 decades. Now, you know, to be doing track and field for that long, it takes a lot just to keep your body in shape, keep your mind focused on all that. These are not sports for older people. These are sports for somebody who have come off a college track firing. You know, it's like a brand new gun. It does a bust and it a bust clean and clear and not jamming. As time goes by, things get rusty. The gun slow down. Bye, bust too fast shot, and then it jam. And you have to clear a jam again. Kind of the same thing in the track and field world. You have a limited amount of time. That's any professional sports, by the way. You have a limited amount of time before the wear and tear catches up with you. Asafa has been one of them that has been able to endure, you know, with good genetics and proper training and all these things. He's been able to endure and not left out the blessings of the Most High as well. He's been able to endure all this time, and he's been able to have a wonderful career. The Jamaican made the announcement via Twitter on Saturday, November 26th, 3 days after celebrating his 40th birthday. Was a great week of celebrating my birthday and officially putting down my spikes, opening a new chapter in my life, he tweeted. He also went on to do a speech about it, which I don't have here, but I'm sure you'll see it out there. The former world record holder last raced in May of 2021. According to World Athletics, he did not compete in Jamaica's Olympic trials last year. And we did an ask, where's Asafa there? Well, maybe a time for him retire still. You know, people were talking about it. Conditioned at the Papine St. Andrew-based MVP track and field club at the height of his career, Powell competed at 4 Olympic Games. Yeah, 4 of them in Mech. And remember, you don't just go to Olympics, you have to qualify for Olympics. See? So he was in Athens in 2004. He was in Beijing in 2008. He was in London in 2012. He was even in Rio in 2016. For sure, you said the man still have it. He was part of Jamaica's 4x100 relay team that won gold medal in Rio. And we cannot forget that one. That they did bad. We're wishing for the Jamaican men track and field to get back to that level again. Not true? Powell also has the distinction of running under 10 seconds over 100 meters, an astounding 97 times, the most by any athlete. That right there, that can't be taken away. So that is for the record books. That's the most by any athlete. He last did so in September of 2016. He also held the world record twice from 2005 to 2008, and he set a mark of 9.77 at the Athens Super Grand Prix in 2005 before lowering that mark to 9.74 at the Raiated Diamond League on September of 2007. His world record was subsequently broken by his own countryman, Usain Bolt. That's why I said before Usain, there was Asafa. What we saw was the passing of the baton, but Asafa was still so young and had so much more left in him. We wanted to see it again, but it was never to be again because Usain was just a different beast. You understand? No pun intended, but he was just a different, cut from a different cloth. He came to claim it. His world record was subsequently broken by his own countryman, Usain Bolt, who was in attendance on Wednesday as Asafa Powell celebrated his birthday because they are still good friends, and that's a good thing also. Of note is that Asafa Powell is the fastest man in history without an Olympic or World 100-meter title. The other men who ran 9.77 or faster, Usain Bolt, the Jamaican Johan Blake, and the American Maurice Green have won both or one of those 2 big titles. I don't know if that's a good thing really, but it is what it is. His name is still up there with greatness, right? Powell has won 2 individual world championships, bronze medal, as well as the Commonwealth Games, 100-meter gold medal. In 2006, he also won gold medals as part of Jamaica's 4x100 relay in the 2009 and 2015 World Championships. Twice. Bolt, his longtime friend, who was present at his birthday party on Wednesday, told Asafa to enjoy his retirement. Feel free to put on some weight like me, Usain said, with the little round belly. Mr. Usain yesterday still him and wife, he was working it out. They're back working hard, trying to get back in shape and thing. But that's how it goes, right? So into retirement he goes. I don't think Asafa will be trying to put on no weight though. He's a brother. We're very much into his fitness. I follow him on YouTube. He's very much into his fitness. I know he's into cars a lot and these kind of modifying cars and racing cars and stuff like that. Him not gonna put on no big belly soon. You saying just went into retirement and just it was time to chill for a moment. But them man that their genetics are superior, you know what I'm saying? They can snap it back when they're ready and these things. So big up to Asafa. Thanks for all that you've done for us. I remember the years when you made us proud all the way up until today. He never get caught up in a no cas and pasa. He represented well as an ambassador, yeah, with a clean image and a respectable mannerism about him. Asafa was never the aggressive in public, show off, disrespectful kind of person. He's always been that humble kind of person that put in the work and then shine and that kind of stuff. So he's always made us look good. And our flag has always looked good on him coming down that track in our name, solidifying his greatness. So big up to Asafa Powell. Thanks for all you've done for us. You know, a true statesman, and Jamaica, I'm sure, respect you to the fullest. Enjoy your retirement, my boss. It's well earned, well deserved, and often to that other chapter of life you go. Asafa says he has other things planned, and he's thankful for track and field, or thankful to track and field for opening certain doors for him and giving him opportunities. So, which will extend into the next part of his life. So, we'll be around to see it as he goes off into the world and diversifying portfolio and do all kind of things like that. And we age, and then we can look back. When the whole of we grew up and the whole of we reach way up in our age, we can look back and say, I lived through those times. I remember when I saw did I come down the track, you know. It was a serious something to see, you know, them why they could have run. Yeah, we will remember all that. So it's definitely going to be a part of our history, part of our memories, a part of our talk later on in life, and so on. So with that said, my hats off to one of the greatest that ever did it, and did it with Jamaica on his back and on his chest. That's Asafa Powell. Not true? All right. Right, that's right there. NS says Asafa served with distinctions. Yes, indeed. Absolutely. Absolutely. Wishing him all the best, right, Annette Henry? Yeah. Nothing good, nothing bad to say about him and all that. And a career that lasted almost 20 years. That's dope. That's dope. Here we are now. Moving right along. Let me go into the other one. Some more good news before we reach into the man where hammer him wife to death and Zebra coming out of prison. Shenseea. Big up to Shenseea again. So there's a story out there where a University of the West Indies Faculty of Law student has received the coveted Shenyang scholarship that was sponsored by the Rising Artist. So, Urban Islands, we don't know why they put this here, but she is the rising hip hop artist, Shenseea. How about just say she is an established and very popular dancehall artist, superstar. She's making the crossover now into other types of music, aiming for international stardom, which is a part of her dream for herself, which she has explained to us before. And these things, some people get it, some people don't. Some people call her sellout. Some people said, go for it, girl. So, but that. Anyhow, I know that's what I talk about. We're talking about what she did. You know, sidebar a little bit before we start the Shenseea thing. I always used to talk about this even more, but then me left it. I always saw like Jamaican artists that are very popular. Me wonder how come them never big up any black designers, and how come they didn't big up any Jamaican designers even. Some of them, yeah, but the majority of them, they jump on the bandwagon of bigging up all those popular brands from overseas, the Italian brands. And I don't know the name of the brand them. that they always big up. The red bottom, this and the that, and the Louis, this and the that. And I always said to myself, and they always brag, you know, a lot of them brag about how them, yeah, the new Benz just drop in and the new this with the convertible top, that, and but you go and check and they don't do anything for anybody. Now, not that they are supposed to, because that's their money and you can't tell a man off for spending money, but and you can't tell them how to use their influence either. But we just wish we did see it. Like, I don't want to really see a new Benz telling them. I want to see a pay off some tuition up a UE for some struggling youth. Because some of them parents up there take out some big loan that they'll never be able to pay back and these kind of things, you know. Some parents put them heart, soul, and everything into making sure that their child is attending this school, and they struggle, really, really struggle to keep up to date with those payments so that that child can actually graduate and become somebody and earn that degree and become somebody. So, and y'all know that, right? So how about you draw for two of them people there and pay off their things? It costs a fraction of what you just paid for your brand new Benz or flying, as you're saying, or the big Beamer just dropped. You want the Beamer truck now, or your big Porsche truck and the Porsche car to match, and these things. Help a few people around you, you know, pay it forward. Because I know every day your stardom I go up, you know, but I understand that when some people are up, them not feel like so they'll ever be down. And it's funny, I've lived long enough on earth to see it go both ways. I've seen people go all the way up that ladder and then come all the way back down to where nobody not even remember them. And they don't have anything left from what they had when they were up the ladder. So don't be one of those kind of people. Yeah. Plus, it just feels good to just pay it forward. Me don't know. I'm just saying it's not my money. Them can spend it any way them want to say spend it. But I thought that would have been progressive for us and beneficial for us as well. Imagine if all these artists were actually, yo, big up my dressmaker round so and big up my tailor from round so. When me I grew up, you see, dressmaking and tailoring, those were big professions, you know. Remember, you know, we are talking about in the 90s to the 2000s. So you have when women are go dance or party or big functions or anything coming up, they used to go get the material. They'll look through a magazine and them say, yeah, me like a style, yeah. And them go get the material for that style and them carry it and say, Miss Joan, I want you sew that dress here for me just so. Miss Joan pull out her long tape measure and say, spin so, and go up on her machine and, you know, and bam, and next thing you know, come pick up your dress. And when you see them out the road, you know, says a one-of-a-kind outfit and these things. These were, how come nobody never like thought like, yo, let's keep this tradition going? Everybody want to go at the same store, them go buy the same clothes, to dress up and look the same way. When did we come like that? But that was a big change that happened in our culture as well that nobody really pay attention to or talk about. Man suit back in the day. All when you buy your suit, you know, fit right, you like it, but you got to carry it go to the tailor, and the tailor have to go take in the pants now on the side. Yeah, so one time them see you in your suit, or you the same thing where woman them do. Yo, me want that suit, yeah, brother. Man used to even say, yo, I want the top from this outfit, but I want the pants and the shoes even from that the outfit. You know, see Capleton shoes, them always match the rest of them clothes. Those shoes aren't sold in stores. Somebody is making those, custom made. See? And that person has a job for life. Big up to Capleton for that. That person has a job for life. See? Ready made. And that everybody want, ready made. Just like how we want fast food. We don't want slow food cook again. We want fast food. And we want the same thing in the stores that everybody else have. So when we go out, the whole we look alike and these things. I don't enjoy that at all. I come from a period where everybody was like an individual and took pride in being an individual. Every artist sounded different and looked different. Check it. Every artist sounded different and looked different. Every artist used to dress different, said different things, have their own sound. Nowadays, what it look like? When you hear a song and you're like, yeah, man, I saw that, and somebody is like, no, I know him. I want next person that. But how come him then the man style so and so just like it? Well, that's the thing that's running the road now. Everybody sound alike, look alike, saying the same things. No originality again. So, man, they could have kept that going for real. Anyways, shout out to Urban Island. So, in a post on Wednesday, Monifa Peterson shared that the scholarship comes at a point where she's trying to finish her law degree. Having started 6 years ago, that's what you call staying the course. 6 years of school. On Instagram, the vivacious 25-year-old spoke about struggling with tuition fees and being surprised that she actually won the award, which was announced this year by Shenseea. Now, while I'm here fighting the fight of a lifetime to finish a degree I started in 2016, I would just like to take the time out to express my gratitude to the one and only Shenseea for giving me the push of a lifetime. I went from being talked down on for having to use student loans to finance my education to getting full tuition funding from Shenseea, is what she wrote. So her schooling now is completely paid off. This wasn't like she went in there and said, "I'm gonna pay a one semester fare or something." She just come, how much is the bill? From now till she finish her degree, how much is the bill? Them give her the bill gone. It's done. You don't worry about anything anymore. Focus on your education. That's what you call paying it forward, my friend. That's what you call paying it forward. Quite like Shen at the point, I myself had my dreams feel like they were being crushed by circumstances beyond my control. I trusted God and I worked and worked until I could pay off what I owed my university, but that was only a part of the mountain, is what she said. And she is very vivacious for real. She's a nice young lady. Then, after passing the hurdles of the balance, right before another wave of stress, since Shenseea gave me the support I always wished I had fought, but I fought without. Peterson says that she hopes to use the support she received from the Alpha artist to help herself and also pay it forward when the time comes. I'm glad that she's remembering to pay it forward when the time comes. Yes, Empress, the glue gun was key. Glue sequence, gold trim, satin, glue gun, creativity was overflowing. Mm. Naturally, yours says when I go home, I go with my material and drawing and leave with original outfits. Now, some people still do it. Some people still do it. When good, she says, when good do we have to show it? Oh, this is Ramesh. In the meantime, the Ramesh Entertainment, big up to Ramesh Entertainment, who organized the scholarship on behalf of me patois just come out. So on behalf of Shenseea, also complimented the artist for keeping her promise to support a student. When good do, we have to show it just like she promised she will be helping to pay someone tuition, and she did it. So it's a big, big move, this. Life changer for a hardworking lady. All the best, hon. Big up the team, Shen Yang. Enough good, enough good come out of it. Jamaican artists, them enough of them are the greatness, are just media run with the bad more than them run with the good, is what he said. And I figure I might as well be one of them to say something good when she do good, because if she did ever do nothing bad, I would definitely be up here talking about it. Oh, Shenseea, I take my girl, them man. I want to hear what them say about her. So yeah, so if she had the good, I could talk about the good too. Shenseea hasn't publicly reached out to the announcement as yet. The artist who was featured on Billboard Honda stage this year has always been candid about her own struggles and how much she herself appreciates education. So, yeah, man, big up to her for that, man. And it's true. People only tune into bad news, it seems like. Even the people who say, Lord, man, do some good news now. No. Every time you do the good news, just know says some of the lowest views you'll ever get, the lowest interaction, because even they don't really want to hear good news. Them just say it because it sounds good to say. There's a difference between saying stuff because it sounds good to say or if you actually really mean it when you say it. You know? So with that said, big up to Shenseea for that. It's a big move, and I wish more artists would do this. There are other artists out there that are doing it. I'm not gonna make it seem like the whole of them just take their money and spend it on themselves and stuff. There's quite a few of them out there that are doing big things in a giving back way that's life changing. But as a person who attended university myself, I know that tuition. I know how I paid for mine, but I saw students struggle. I see some even drop out of school. Some of my fellow Jamaicans that went through school with me here, them couldn't hold it. They didn't have anybody helping them. Some of them had to work plus go to school at the same time and try to pay their tuition, take out loan, all these other things, and just the pressure of having to do that, juggle that with work and all that, they weren't able to keep up and then fall out of the program and all kind of something. Imagine you spend all that money and just because circumstances you fall out the program. So I know when you don't have that on your shoulders, like, oh God, how am I gonna pay the tuition here again? Time I come to pay it again. You're worried. You're more worried than that than now you're worried about final exam and this and that to come up because you can't focus, right? So it's a burden taken off of her shoulders and it's a life-changing thing. Somebody paid it like that for you. Big things. Go ahead and pay it forward, my friend. But we give flowers when we know. Yeah, that too. That too. And I've seen where people say stuff like, that not genuine. If him did a give, him shouldn't have the cameras there. Why you are show people say, yeah, give things to people? Just give to them if you are give to them, man. Okay. We don't complain when we see bad. We don't say, why are they showing that? I don't want to see that. You see it and you're entertained by it. You're engaged in conversation over it. You talk about it. So why shouldn't they show good things? It can probably inspire others who are in that position to follow suit and do the same good thing too. It's not always bad. Some people are opportunists. Some people we're gonna look for like the person where I drink water all the time, middle of the road naked. Come over here, so the camera. Come over here, so. You all right? You're hungry? Here is $100. Here, 100. I'm giving him here, and they're playing up for the camera. But majority of them, there are a lot of them that are actually doing stuff behind the scenes, not saying nothing to nobody, cause them no want to backlash them. Yo, a publicity, I look, this, I look. You're trying to capitalize off a people's situation, and so the people them no want to hear that, so they give behind the scenes. Did I get locked out of the chat room? Oh my gosh, no. Julie Tapper, thank you for saying that. Actually, I closed the chat room down yesterday afternoon for maintenance. I was supposed to open it back a few hours later, but me being me, always doing 7 things at once, I forgot, right? So I will open it up as soon as this morning thoughts is finished. Big up on yourself, all of you in the chat room. The chat room is very festive. I go over there the other day and I was wondering why somebody actually posted that in there. Is a round and plump kind of woman. Me love my fatty. Pipe on the body, yeah. And a man I deal with it and they were both naked. It's porn. It's porn. I wonder why. Like, what gonna put that in the chat room for? What was the story behind that? We know that big girls can do their thing too. I mean, what was the point behind that? But I did give them the go ahead to post anything in the chat room, so them start post anything. I said anything except for anything will have to do with picnic and sexual content. Don't post it in there. You will get the whole away in trouble. All right. Me no want to see it anyway. But why them get free range, sir? Yeah, some people take the anything really as anything. People, me never say anything as in porn unless there's a story to it. Me could have say if it was a man that had no legs, but him stand up on one leg, down, which is and something where I try to show something, me don't know. But just random, so we live in a world now where porn is free. And there's an insurmountable amount of porn out there. If you want porn, you can porn out all day. So I don't have to come post it in the chat room, man, because we're going to post stories about what go on, things on the think we can talk about, and all these other things. I did forbid them before in the chat room to post other people's, like other YouTubers' content in my chat room because I see it as a means of promotion when them people that not promote me. And then not only that, you don't see Publix open up their store and start advertising Winn-Dixie inside of it, right? Okay. You don't see Walmart open up their store and start advertising some other store inside of them store. So it's one of those kind of things that it was for me. But then I got over that and I start telling people, them say, here what, post anything you want to post in there, because that's how I'm gonna be able to see all the content. Because I don't follow people, I'm not around looking. Sometimes I'm looking and I'm not seeing, right? Because I'm only one person. So go to the chat room, everything did so. But y'all keep the porn out of it, please. Jeez, I'm not mad at you. I may never kick out anybody for it either. I watched it. It was two grown people. It didn't look, me watch it, but maybe I try to figure out. I was watching it to try to figure out what was the purpose of posting it, and there was none really. So yeah, me so open up back the chat room still, so I can go back in there, go on with the meets and greets and full conversations and all that. Patty Barnes says it's a part of life. Yes, it is. It is. It is. Bro Shaka, carrying on real talk, because it comes from the heart. Some people like to talk about what them do for who. You know what, Bro Shaka, before me go on, let me say something. Some people like to talk about what them do for other people, you see? But some people ungrateful. Them so ungrateful that them make people have to talk about what them do for them. There are two ways that going on. Some people will take, and then when you hear from the shout, you never gave nothing. And not only that, them first chance to disrespect the person that was giving, while they were taking, them take it, and then disrespect the same people them. So of course, them people have to be like, it's like you forget what me do for you. You forget what me do for you? Let me break down the list of what I did for you. Okay, last January, one big eviction notice did up on your door. You remember say me give you the money for pay that bill there, and keep you in somewhere with a roof over your head. You was very thankful then. So how come you come style me up now like me is a nobody? When your whoring sister did done this with your husband, now me tell you say, me see them. And when you never believe me, me show you the picture on my phone because me did I follow them and me video them and take picture and everything. See it there? And because of that, you was able to left him and you find a good man now. You're not thankful. Look how I have been instrumental in your life and you can't give that. You always so you go. That's why people always talk about what they do for other people. There's some ungrateful people out there who go like, nobody did nothing for me and I can disrespect anybody and talk to anybody anyway. Anyway, Stacey and Williams, yes, SouFLo people will take and you have to talk about it. No must. You have, hey, listen to me. If you are a giver, you better have a limit to your giving, because this world is full of takers. And as long as you are giving, they will take. I hear one up. When it come down to the shout, this is how I go here. Me never ask you for it. Are you give me? You give me something, take it. Our. not I was damn in need. I was so in need of me upon my face. And I appreciate you for saving me at the time when I was on my face. Not that. Not the oh thank you. I appreciate. I thank. I saw them choke every time it's time to give an accolade. Remember me said that from the beginning? See that? So them choke when it's time to say thank you. I appreciate you. I remember when things wasn't going good for me. You were there for me. You did this for me. You helped me with that, whatever. Nope. Them I never asked you for nothing. Are you give me? Yeah, you want to give me some tech? You were giving it. So what's the big deal now? So now you have a chat boy you didn't give me. Eh? What's up? So here what? If you're a giver, make sure so you have a limit to your giving, because takers have no limits. Takers take. Okay. Another thing me I gonna left you with this morning before we go off into the man when doing wife that way there and these things. Another thing we're gonna go off into. Let me say this before I go off into that. Also, if you are a giver, have your limits, because takers have no limits. And the next one is don't give and give to somebody who isn't giving back to you. This is where resentment come from. And you can't control that end on another person's spectrum. So what you do is you have to cut off some people. Because if you're not doing for them, you won't have anything to be resentful about. You hear me? You have to protect yourself. You have nothing to be resentful about if you wasn't doing nothing for them. But you see, if you are do and do and do and you not get no reciprocation and you are do and do, and that's where the resentment comes from. It's like you start stewing. You're like, damn, I would jump over the moon for you. I would dive off of the wall of Great Wall of China or road all the way and do like a Timbuktu for you. And you never do anything for me and you feel so resentful. So to save yourself that resentment there, don't do for others that are not willing to do for you. All right? It's called reciprocation. It's a big thing. Enough relationship mash up because I do and these kind of things. But that's a whole lot of conversation, which we should get into as we get into this story here. We're going to save Zebra for last. And Zebra's story is very interesting. Uh, Westmoreland, Jamaica, my friend. Westmoreland, Kaz Robinson says, yes, you are right. I have learned over the past years. Me still I learn too. So I teach as I learn. That's life. You share when you learn, and each one teach one kind of thing. One more time, let me say it for you again. Stop giving and doing for people who don't do the same for you. That is where your resentment is going to come from. That build up there, that resentment, that harsh feeling, that's no good for your health that you harbor. The only way that's going to happen is if you keep doing for them people there. So ease the pressure off of yourself by treating them exactly how them treat you. Them don't do nothing for you, you don't do nothing for them neither, and we keep it even like that and keep walking. Nobody has anything to be mad at anybody about. That's a short conversation. You never do nothing for me yet. Well, hey, you never do nothing for me yet neither. See, conversation done. Just like that, right? We don't have to go back and draw the big paper and talk about back in 1999 when time you did. We don't have to do that. We don't have to do that. Anyway, on to the story I know. Westmoreland, Jamaica. A man. Why Westmoreland rough these days? I want to go on. A whole lot of killings coming out of Westmoreland these days. What is going on with Westmoreland? Anyways, Jamaica. A man has been charged with murder after allegedly striking his common law wife with a hammer during a domestic dispute over her attendance of a party. All right, so remember the one there, right? We have a face now to the people then. So we put face to the story, and this is them. Somebody in here who's from Westmoreland probably like a ball out say, Lord God, I'm my uncle, or my daddy, or my brother. But see me, that's the couple right there. All right. So we put a face to the story. Westmoreland again, my friend. Westmoreland again. Anyhow, apparently she went to some party and he is disgruntled about her going to the party and they had an argument. 41-year-old Marvin Arthur, otherwise called Babu, a carpenter of Retreat in Westmoreland, he was slapped with murder charges on Saturday following a post-mortem report which revealed that the woman, who is 35 years old, a vendor, Venetia Hilton, late of Sheffield and Retreat, she died from multiple blunt force trauma to her chest. In her chest, the man lick her, you know. Yo, that's why I tell people, I'm not fight nobody, you know, my friend. I'm past those days where I want to fisticuffs with somebody and exchange punches. I'm not a trained boxer, but I can tell you this. If you get hit really good in the side of your head, for those I don't know who still love fight people, if you get hit really good in the side of your head, it's called your kill box. It's a square space right above your ear, right here, right? That's infantry stuff. You get hit anywhere yassa with a good blow, or at the center of your chest with a good blow, you could be checking out to the upper room to see the maker. So, and these things normally start. I bet say him never want liquor in our head, because him thinks about if liquor in our head with the hammer, me kill her, so him clot her in our chest with it. And she dead same way. She dead same way. Why? Reports from the police are that Hilton and Arthur They were at their Top Hill district home with Hilton's two children, so no Arthur children, Affair children, when they had an argument over her attending a party. So a stepdaddy this. During the dispute, it is alleged that Arthur used a hammer, hit her in her upper body, which resulted in her falling to the ground before becoming unresponsive. I think when she fell to the ground, they said that she hit her head or something like that too. That's another reason again right there, because you can fall down and lick your head, and that's the end of you also. Arthur subsequently went to the Negril police station where he filed a report about the incident. He was subsequently arrested on reasonable suspicion of murder. So him lick the woman, she dropped, she dead, and he walked straight to the police station. He never went on the run or anything like that. But he killed this mother in front of her two children. And this was stepdaddy. Remember we talked about this before. I would say usually when adults break up and children are involved, it's a selfish move, you know. It's really a selfish move by two adults, because now the children are forced to deal with it. And guess what? Another selfish move is usually mommy get a new boyfriend or daddy get a new woman. It's a selfish move. The youth, the children, they normally them don't have a choice. Because most parents don't say to the picnic them, I'm going to show you somebody. I'm going to introduce you to somebody. He's coming over for dinner. And at the end of dinner, I want him to tell me if you don't like him or not. You think he's a good person, you think you like him, you catch him vibes. You know, they don't ask the children nothing. It's just new man a moving and you know have to go deal with it. All when them say, mommy, but me not like him. In a lot of cases, you have girls that are saying, him a look for me funny. Me don't know what them kind of look they mean. And mother just ignore all the red flags. Remember, I know the man come into the relationship, eyeing the daughter already, you know, mouth a drool and everything. Yeah, them a go wild because he's planning already. And when the picnic tell mommy, mommy still ignore all that. And then the children suffer in the end. You know what the story come out to be. That can be put in context when we talk about when we talk about zebra, because along those lines was his story as well. But when I reach a zebra yet. All right. Arthur subsequently went straight to the police station and filed a report about the incident, and then he was arrested on suspicion of murder. The police later visited the scene, and on their arrival, the woman was seen inside a bedroom in the house, lying face down on the floor in a pool of blood, with what appeared to be marks of violence on her back. So, I don't think him lick her in no chest one time. I think him beat her with this hammer in her chest and back probably. She was transported to the hospital where she was pronounced dead. On Friday, November 25th, a postmortem was concluded on the body of this lady, and that revealed that the death was a result of multiple blunt force trauma to the chest, leading to Arthur being charged officially with murder. Why? I'm telling you about relationship. When it now work, it now work. And the saddest thing that adults do is two people still staying together, knowing that it's all the way done, toxic, not gonna get no better, but now you're even harboring thoughts of killing your spouse. You know, just get up and do it. But it can happen. It can happen. You know, heat of the moment thing can happen. Man, draw a hammer. I don't know what would make you want to draw a hammer anyways if you're fighting with a woman or if you're in there argue with your woman. Even if she is, and some of the woman here, not that I'm gonna blame the victim. I've seen these things happen. I'm telling you a story already where I saw the woman, there was a video out. It was in the chat room for a while. Looked like a market office place where the wall them did orange. Those who were in the chat room, I've seen it. The man stand up there with a machete and him and this woman argue, and the woman kept saying, you can't do me nothing. Big dirty XYZ, all the nasty dirty word, them everything, send him up on them good mother. and all these things. And guess what happened? Me hear shing. All these people that was around there was laughing at first when she was styling man, them argue and she's saying hurtful things. Yes, people are gonna say, yeah, man, him could have just walked away. But hello, miss, you saw that he wasn't walking away, but you kept going and run up on him and you can't do me nothing. Me hear shing. Then me hear, oh God, I chop him, I chop her, I chop him, I chop her. Shing! And next shing! She get about 3 or 4 or 5, right? And now she start her tone change. God Almighty, please not kill me, I beg you, please not kill me. Why you went all the way there? Why you went all the way there? You could have just cut my friend, right? So don't always leave it up to, oh, well, you need to tell the man them. Obviously, the man them now listen. And with him with a machete in his hand, me not talk, me a cut. Me first I cut because I don't want to be chopped. I'm not going to stay there for you, right? But you stay there and your domestic situation spill out into the streets and you are hope under your mother, the man, and I'll call him man, so pussy man, and you know some of them man are dark and ignorant. I tell everybody, send me your mouth, your front, yeah. Shing! You can save yourself sometimes, ladies. So yeah, all dynamics of a relationship is what we have to look at when things like these happen. Me change my tone. All dynamics of a relationship, because something happen behind closed doors sometimes, you see. Some of them women here want to fight off the man them. Man in there try to stop him face from get rake up and scrape up him eye, from get dig out all these things, but man can't say nothing. You're always expected as a man to leave, run, don't come back, take lick and walk away and all these kind of things, which when it's switched the other way around, it's not the same sentiment. And women can be dangerous too. It's just like the other day, y'all saw the video, the brother walked down the street with the gun in his hand. So, well, he was walking down the street and the lady, she not too right in her head. She coke out, but she was blocking his way and walking down on him and him pull out him gun, hold it in her face like this, right? And I thought, damn, he's gonna execute this woman. She don't have a weapon in her hand. She wasn't aggressively running up towards you. I understand. But if you switch that story around though and put the woman walking down the street and the man blocking her way, everybody would have said it was justified to pull the gun. The FLA took his gun away. I don't know if they give it back or are gonna give it back. However, that man don't know what that woman had on her. And why is she coming down on me like this? I mean, I tell her, I said, stop right there, don't move, nothing. She's still coming towards me. Why she had, me not gonna wait till she reach on me and I stab me in my belly to me try pull out gun now, right? So it could have went all kinds of ways. NS says, SouFLo, you're talking facts, bro. But in my experience, one should give, right, expecting to get back from the one you give it to. One should give with wife or without expecting. FLA temporary suspend him license, bro, Shaka. Well, I don't know. If he had shot her, that would have been straight up murder. Because, and I was supposed to talk about this and I didn't. The reason why is this. In order for you to pull your gun and fire and kill somebody within law, you have to have been in imminent danger. You have to have seen where your life was about to change forever, either by you getting maimed so badly that you would never be the same again, or you would lose your life or lose, maimed, lose an eye, lose an arm, lose a leg, or, So, hi, mommy.
Should I get them this or you're not going?
No. All right. Munchie. I love you. All right. Oh no. No, Papa. Kai. Take it with you, Pop. The kids came in here. Y'all know that go already. You got it, Papa?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So he him beat him wife with a hammer, my friend. I don't know the details of the story. Is sad because it's in front of her two children, and he's not even their daddy, not even them father. Mummy, common law, man. In order to be considered common law in Jamaica, I think once you've been living together for a certain amount of years, you're considered common law. You might as well be married because in the law, you are that's seen as your spouse, right? By common law. So he obviously have been around for a while. That's just sad all the way around. But them situation here, man, you don't know what happened behind the scenes. I see women instigated till it get to that point already. Then everybody ball Lord Jesus and why. And then everybody said, you need to talk to the man, them and tell the man stop blame the victim. But I have seen too many times where a woman walk herself right into that. You know? Right into that. They're saying here though that is because she go out on party. And that's how the argument starts. Hey, I shouldn't be saying this, but me I gotta say this. Cause I left a post up yesterday. For women who most adult relationships fail because adults are taking on stuff that requires maturity, and we are not yet that mature. That's why it failed. If you think about it, most adult relationships fail because you have adults that are taking on adult stuff but don't have the adult maturity level yet for those things. Big argument broke out between spouse. Nobody there is adult enough to quell the argument, or maybe one party is and one isn't. So it's strife and war go on until things bubble over into other things. Or you stay in one of them relationship there where stuff festers and festers and festers until there's an explosion. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you're with somebody you can't talk to about nothing. Maybe you're with somebody who you have to hold the wrong all the time and them right all the time. Maybe you're with, I don't know. There's just different dynamics to a relationship. But when it end up getting to the point where you get beat with a hammer to death, then that's not just no up out of the blue thing. Something was festering all along. I guess at the end of the day, the lesson is get out while you can. And that goes for both male and female. Because one time the man now will put himself in that position there, your life done too. You're gonna be locked up with men, watching man catch them morning rise, beer here body in your face for the next how many years. Because they will send you to prison for it. So you have to recognize when like, yo, this is a this is a time bomb ticking. This is a time bomb ticking. Something bad gonna happen out of this. And then you have to take for yourself before the something bad happen. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, fam. How you doing?
Not too bad. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Talk to you.
You remember when one did meeting girlfriend with the Amma?
Yes, and that's why I'm taking the visa, don't it?
Yeah, so I get to make it both up now because the man them a draft the Amma now.
Why? How am I know?
Nobody now. I mean, when you tell me that the Amma did just the on the table and you draft it.
Spur of the moment thing.
I feel like my God.
Yeah, and then is
We have
somebody
to
where
start take away power tools. Them we have to go let them argue in our house now.
you have to go leave
Not
out.
no safe again.
Yeah, yeah. Well, kitchen knife always been used. Machete used already. I guess a hammer time.
No, it's a screwdriver, Nick.
Screwdriver. Them use screwdriver already too. A hammer time now.
My God.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Boy, but you know, like me that's the earlier still, sometime when you walk into this, when you walk into some of them
Yeah.
situation here, stay there and you know the relationship not good and you just stay there for whatever reason and I just bear back to back argument and then one day everything just boil over. You see it? So
Yeah. Well, sometimes some people stay because they're afraid to leave.
mm-hmm. Sometimes them
Well, you have
can't pay.
some who stay for something else, or they think they can change the man.
Yeah, or the man think him can change the woman. It go both ways. Car.
Well,
Yeah,
the best thing to do always run. And go run.
yeah. Facts. That me say from morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, run. True talk.
Yes, man, take up your foot and run. Run as fast as you can.
True talk. True talk. That's the best advice.
Mm-hmm. Because today I'm back to tomorrow, you know, no way I'll get liquid.
Mm-hmm. And that me always
So
say
you
to you
might
know.
not make it to tomorrow.
That's why I said when I walk into it some of the time because it never start out as a hammer. It start out
Mm-mm.
with some aggressive words, then it got to grabbing, and then you get shutterbox,
Mm-hmm.
and next thing you know is more and
Yeah.
more, then we are fling thump, and you get kicked down, and next thing hammer reach. And each step of the
Mm-hmm.
way,
Stages.
yes, stages, and each step of the way, they might tell themselves that things are gonna get better, and they keep on getting worse till somebody dead.
Or then the man they will say, oh, look what you make me do.
Look what you make me do. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, me see them do that
So
enough
is
time
there
already.
some kind of guilt? Then the woman kind of have this kind of guilt and say, oh, maybe if me not do this, or if me not do that, if me not talk this way, if me not, then he won't do this.
Yeah, and me contribute to it to man, cause maybe if me never talk to him so
Right.
rough or me know him stay already, you know. Me hear woman tell him something there, you know. Me
Mm-hmm.
know him stay already, you know. I mean did that provoke me on man. And yeah said, I
Yeah.
know. I know.
That's why sometimes you have to be careful of the environment you grow your kids in.
Right.
Because if a son grew up in that kind of environment and see father always a beating mother, he automatically think as how you treat woman.
Right.
Well, vice versa. If a girl grew up in that and think, okay, that's allowed.
Yes. My man have to beat me every now and then on these things if we not fight hard. And you know, so you hear them say that already to don't. If him not beat me, him not love
Yeah,
me.
because when your baby come out and say, if a man not beat her, she not feel
Yeah.
love.
If a man not beat her, him not love her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Why?
Crazy.
Imagine the mindset they do. If a man don't beat me, him don't love me. And when she get a good man, she go provoke a good man that till him start beat her or him left, you know.
I want place alone, you're allowed to put a hand for me in a bedroom. That is it. Two good clap and we nice.
Not true.
Yep. That is the only time you're allowed to be aggressive.
I saw. Why?
Anyways, I'm going to read my kids to school so
All right,
later.
manners and respect here. Thank you.
Aye.
Yes, man. So yeah, from it reach, that's a take up your things and run. But let me say this part though. I've said it before, I'm gonna say it again. Some of them women here, boy, not only do you walk into it, but you stay the course and you entertain it. Some of them come from some other violent relationship or you grow up seeing violence, just like she just said. So yeah, fear your thing is me and him have to fight. Cause me feel good when me and my man fight. I don't know if it's the makeup sex after and all these other things. I've seen them say that too. You know, so them go and encourage these things. I know if them get all a good man with don't not in the fight, check it about a couple of years down the road and see if him still there. He's a fighter now. She trained she trained him to be a fighter because a fighter she didn't want. She just never know say him go that far. You know, there's many dynamics to these relationships. I don't know what happened in their case in particular, but it's sad all the way around that she actually get killed like that. In probably years that she give her something out the road, tell her don't go party and she go. Then some men are so controlling that they feel like they should be able to tell a woman where to go, when to come back, who to go with, who not to speak to, and listen, at the end of the day, I'm gonna say it like this. If you don't want to be as a woman, my advice to you as a man is this. If you don't want to take no telling from no man, don't do no cohabitation and don't go to no marriage nothing. Don't do no marriage nothing. If you as a woman will say no man can't tell me nothing, I'm not listen to no man and no, just stay by yourself. Stay by yourself because majority of men are going to feel like if you're my wife or you're my woman, you're supposed to listen to me I'm supposed to be able to say things to you and steer things a certain way, right? Now that's what guidance is. It can't be your way all the time. You're gonna have to listen to your partner, your man. You're gonna have to work with someone where I tell you say him not like and him not want do and him not want you do. But that's how relationship should work. Anyways, if your partner don't like it, you don't do it. If you remember the old couple, that was the advice they gave us. I think they were 101 and 102, and they've been together like 80 years, something like that. And them asked them what what how it sustained all them years there. And the man said, I just figure out what she doesn't like and I just don't ever do it. And she says I do the same. I figure out what him not like and I just don't ever do it. You know? But you have some relationship where them figure out what you don't like and adapt them do all the time. So you're stuck in hell. Could you imagine waking up every day to something you don't like? Somebody doing something you don't like in your closed space. There goes the mental maturity. You're not ready for them kind of relationship. The problems will arise like these out of that kind of. Everybody handle the foolishness the same way. Some people chip, head not too good, and then violence is what they grew up seeing, and it's somewhere in there. It's going to work itself back to the forefront of the mind before you know it. Them start get violent with you again. So the best thing for do is left it alone. The first time you get licked, run. The first time go on like him want lick you, if you woman, run. Don't stay around. Don't stroke the fire. Don't poke the bear. Don't stay there and say, cause them know your weak spot enough. You know no say, poke. Stop. Stop. Some accountability. Again, in this case, may her soul rest in peace. Me not think people rest in peace when time them exit life this way. She was otherwise healthy. And then in the presence of her two children makes it really, really sad. You know? Zebra now. Zebra. I have reservations about this. Let me read your Zebra stuff first. This was posted the year in which it says this was posted 8:24 p.m. Friday, November 19th, 2010. Dancehall artist Zebra, whose given name is Garfield Vassell, was sentenced to 30 years in prison at hard labor in the St. Catharines Circuit Court on Friday. On Tuesday, the court found Vassell guilty of the rape and boogering of a 14-year-old girl. He was sentenced to 20 years on the charge of rape and 10 years on the boogering charge. You understand? Boogering, rape. In a Jamaican context, you know what that mean, right? Not only did he enter that way, he went into the other place too, and them kind of something there. The sentence sort of run consecutively. So I'm end up with 30. Zebra was previously convicted on a rape charge before this, before again, in 2002. And he was sentenced to 8 years for that one at hard labor. And he was released in July of last year at the time of this printing. He was released in July of 2009. And by 2010 came around, he was picking up this charge to get 30 more years. This is what we call one serial rapist, right? All right. I know his family is probably watching that dirty thinking boy that's so flow. I call up the man name, man. Because you know that's how our people are, right? Right. All right. Zebra was previously convicted of rape and rape charge in 2002 and sentenced to 8 years at hard labor. Before this, out only about 1 year and gone again. Prior to that, in 2001, he was sentenced to 3.5 years imprisonment at hard labor after being found guilty of 2 counts of assault with intent to rape. Again, those are 3 instances, back to back to back. And the whole of them carry prison time. And he was in there doing prison 3.5 years first. And go back and catch a 8-year sentence. After the 8-year sentence, then third try and go back and catch a 30-year sentence. All right, so fast forward to today now. Zebra's father Shout out to the Jamaica Star. Zebra's father says that his son will be released in December, this December. Veteran entertainer Dennis Walks, who is the father of incarcerated DJ Zebra, is hopeful that his son will be out of prison by December. Zebra, whose given name is Garfield Vassell, like I said before, was given 20 years and 10-year sentence in 2010, having been found guilty of carnal abuse and boogery. The sentences are running concurrently, and the artist has served 12 of the 20 years. When it first happened, them said it should run consecutively. For some reason, it got changed to concurrently. So the 30 turns to 20. And now he's done 12 of the 20. You understand so far? Right. Bro Shaka says son did feel at home in prison then. It looks so. Or he had a sick mind that he himself could not control. This is a serial rapist, my friend. That's it. Serial rapist. Call it no other thing other than what it is. So the father told the Jamaica Star that he's eagerly anticipating his son's release and that he has stern words and plans for him. Zebra will be coming out in December. I can't wait to see him come. Why? Fire for that. I can't wait to see him come. Zebra will be coming out in December. I can't wait to see him come. Walks said, I haven't seen him since he has been over that place. I don't want to go down there to see him. But if he needs anything, I will send it to him, and sometimes I get a chance to talk to him. I hope and I pray that he will be here in December. This is not Zebra's first time in prison on rape charges. Oh, they gave it to you here as well. The DJ, who is Tiger's sound-alike, was imprisoned in 2001 after he was convicted and sentenced to 10 years for rape and assault at the common law. I was told that this was his woman's daughter. One of them kind of man there. Dirty man. So it was a stepfather kind of situation. All right. At the common law. Indecent assault and breaching a probation order. That's then. Walks is hopeful that Zebra has been incarcerated, and Walks is hopeful that Zebra, who has been incarcerated and shared that, the officer them tell me, don't worry yourself because Zebra Mekwe can enjoy the moments with him. Time gone by, Zebra used to make we run wild, but him not make we run wild no more. Time's gone by, he's getting older, I guess, so he's calming down. He used to make them run wild, you know, make them run wild no more. I want you all to keep in mind that this was a 14-year-old victim. I want you to keep in mind the boogery part and then the rape part. I want you to keep in mind that how many times he did this. I want you to keep in mind the relationship, the dynamics of the relationship. All right. Perfect. Yes, naturally yours. Perfect candidate for chemical castration. Perfect candidate. Zebra is known for such hits as Redder Than Red, Picture Frame, Them Unfair, you know, Just Send Me to One, and Why You Run For. The star caught up with Walks following his impressive performance at Veterans Showcase, Stars Are Us, at the Ronnie Williams Center last Saturday, and he was not billed for the concert, but he asked to step in at the last minute to replace Foundation artist Derek Morgan, whose wife took ill suddenly and had been hospitalized. I don't perform here in Jamaica for a while. I've been in England mostly and also did shows in Brazil, Grand Cayman, Japan, America, and Canada, Walks said. So his father is a working musician still who spends most of his time in the UK. Walks, whose given name is Dennis Vassell, has been singing since 1963 and has scored with songs like Drifter, Margaret, Almighty I Heart Don't Leap, and Sad Sweet Dreamer, all of which he served up to an authentic audience on Saturday. His latest 6-track EP on the New York-based Summit Hill label will be released earlier next year. Singaman, the first single from the EP, is already out and it named Singaman. So they might promote him at the father at the end of the thing and all that, but talk about him son. I don't think somebody like that needs to be released back out anytime soon. I know them are gonna cuss me, but me not look friend. Uh, I think 30 years was what he should have. Them should have stick to the original 30 years, and then he should have been able to do every day of that 30 years. But somehow they commuted that 30 to 20, and then now he's past the halfway point of the 20 and look like he's eligible to walk out with the wardens saying he's a good person now. And you don't have to go worry about him again, right? There are many of these types walking road right now because there isn't any system in place to monitor them. Plus, you have the other ones lining up to come to the island to have free reign. Soji 819, yes, absolutely. Him sick. Him sick. And I don't think his time in prison in Jamaica has healed him. I think him still sick. I think him probably going to do the same thing again. Watch and see. If him not do the same thing again and go right back, it's because I don't know, them hide it or him get away with it or something. But people like that don't just change like that. You know what I'm saying? And the part that disturbed me is the 14-year-old, and not only that, but also this was one of them was your woman's daughter. You were supposed to be a stepdaddy. You were supposed to be in that kind of a position to show her what a father really is, right? Help protect her and grow her right and these things. And you abused that and did one of the nastiest things ever, which is, yeah, that kind of charge you come out to. So I don't think I have to ask the audience, do you think he should? Because I'm pretty sure that most people here, 99.9 of the people here percent would say him need to turn right which part him there. And that sentence wasn't enough. Not true? Cat Money says we can talk all we want. These nasty people don't change. They don't. They don't. They don't. Remember me talked to an already man about the documentary I watched with the Sierra. He's known as the most prolific child molester. And the man break down everything on how him plan and con and scheme and him walk you through step by step A to Z how him do it. It was a sick thing to watch. But I had to watch it to see inside the mind of one of these people. Because we always ask yourself, what make a man would want to do something like that? Well, after I watched that video there, I realized that these people really are sick. Them need help. I don't know. Any other way to explain it except for is something that they have allowed themselves to not be able to control. So yeah, the possibility of him coming out doing it again, and then the laws that are set in place in Jamaica, I don't know if they have them, so I don't want to say Jamaica don't have this and then they do. I would have to go look it up first, but I'm pretty sure that it's not like that. Where's the database that people can go on and look up? Like right now, we can go up on this, put my address in the database, and it's going to tell me that 3 blocks over from you at house 190, right there on your street, and them even give you one picture of the house, and they give you a picture of the person. That's how it is here. So you look up and you can say, okay, a convicted child molester, he did 10 years in prison because him boogery and rape one little 15 or 14-year-old, and he's living 2 houses over. All right, I know now who's around me. They don't have that in Jamaica. They don't have a base like that. Some people are arguing that if they establish it, people will access the base and go kill them people there. Other people are saying, so we're trying to keep them safe and alive. And other people are saying, so what? If you care about your life, you shouldn't do that in the first place. But what about the people who need to know? Because we have children growing up here. We need to know who they're on with, kind of thing. It's up in the air. But most of them don't have that though. So with that said, if things like those aren't set in place, your rapist can rape, go do them time, come back out, and move right across the street from you. So now you have to see this man again over and over and over, or you're going to have to move. Yeah. Stash says it best. And we'll end on that note this morning. Jamaica needs to get up to the time in so many ways. And that's another one of them right there. So many ways. But with that said, I wish Zebra all the best. I just wish them stay behind bars because I don't think the little girl get no justice. Uh, I always wondered where he was. And to find out, say, that's what him did there, and at that him did I go on with. Wow, wow. You could have built a lasting legacy, bro. But, you prefer to build a legacy as a rapist. Ah, Soldier 819 says if Holness even put this database in place, he would easily win another term. Who am I kidding? These people would still vote him back, still vote him back in regardless, right? All right. I wish Kata Jai Empress say I wish Zebra all the worst. Hey, we can't say it no better. Let's end this right here this morning. Manners and respect to everybody tuning in. I thank you for being here. I appreciate you greatly. We're going to stay up on the Zebra story and see if he comes home and all these other things. And again, shout out to Shenseea for paying off that young lady's tuition so she can go ahead and get her law degree. That's really called paying it forward. And big up to Asafa Powell. And thank you for being you for all these years, carrying us and our flag on your back and your chest. One love. Peace.